Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Clayton here. We're going to do a quick little review of patterns. We've done lots and lots of pattern work this year, and I just think this is a good time to review it. So I have put a pattern here, and the first thing we need to know how to do with patterns is how to identify patterns. So when we look at this pattern, we just have to use what we see. So I see red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow. And then if I asked what part of the pattern repeats, you'd want to say just the beginning part. Red, blue, yellow. And then that repeats again. Let's try it on another one. Okay, let's identify this pattern. Yellow, yellow, blue. Yellow, yellow, blue. Yellow, yellow, blue. Yellow, yellow, blue. What part of this pattern, boys and girls, repeats? You're right, it's yellow, yellow, blue, because I would take that and then I can make it again and again and again. I'll even show you, boys and girls. If you have it here, that's our pattern. And then you just take it and it goes over and over and over again. The other thing we need to be able to do when we identify patterns is identify sound patterns. So that'd be clap, clap, snap, clap, clap, snap, clap, clap, snap, clap, clap, snap. What part of that pattern repeats? You're right, it's the clap, clap, snap. That's what we call the core of our pattern. The next thing we need to be able to do is we need to take that same pattern and we need to reproduce it. So we need to be able to look at this pattern and be able to make the same pattern. So I'll just show you how to do that. I just take my red block, and then what comes after the red? The blue. After blue comes yellow. What comes after yellow? Red. Then blue. Then yellow. What comes after the yellow, boys and girls? Red, blue, yellow. Red, blue, yellow. Red, you're right. Red. And then comes a blue. And then comes a yellow. Once we can reproduce a pattern, boys and girls, then we can go to the next step, and that's called extending a pattern. So we can look at a pattern and we can make something that looks exactly the same, and now we make it a little bit harder. So we have the start of a pattern. We have that core that we did before. So if I grab that core that we had, I can make it the same. But now I need to be able to keep going, even though the pattern isn't shown for me. So I would do the same thing. I would just repeat that core. Blue, yellow, yellow. And then I would do it again. Blue, yellow, yellow. You could do something like this with Lego at home, boys and girls. It's a fun way to practice. You could even start a pattern and maybe give it to your mom or dad or siblings and say, can you extend a pattern? The very last thing we need to know how to do with patterns is to create our own. So that's taking any sort of colors or objects. So I'm going to do blue, green. Now, is that a pattern yet, boys and girls? No, because we don't know if it's a pattern until it repeats. There could be another color on the end. We could do 2 greens. We could do, 3 greens. It's up to you. But you don't know if it's a pattern until it repeats. That's the important part of a pattern. Now, is it a pattern, boys and girls? Has it repeated? It has, because it's got blue, green, and then it goes again. Blue, green, blue, green. You could create a pattern with sound as well. So just like Mrs. Clayton showed when we were identifying, I could make another one. I could do snap, snap, pat, pat, snap, snap, pat, pat. So what Mrs. Clayton wants you to practice right now is I want you to get out that Play-Doh. We haven't used the Play-Doh for a little bit. So Mrs. Clayton has to warm up her Play-Doh because she hasn't used it. And I want you to use snakes and balls to make a pattern. So this time you're just creating your own. You're going right to that last step of patterns. because you guys have done lots of patterns. So I might do snake. And then do you guys remember how to make snakes? You just roll it on the table or roll it between your hands like this. If I make a ball, I kind of put it to a ball with my fingers and then I roll it in circles in my hands. So I have snake, ball. I wonder if I'm going to put a snake or a ball next. Snake, ball, ball. Snake, ball. Oh, next, boys and girls, a ball. I want you to practice that today. I want you to kind of watch Mrs. Clayton's video, remember all the different language we use for patterns, and then I want you to practice making your own out of Play-Doh. Okay, I can't wait to see. You guys can send me a picture on Facebook of your patterns.